I have an office in Jackson. I'm an attorney. And about 5 years ago, my secretary came in and said, Michelle, there's a rabbi here to see you. I went over to see him, and he introduced himself and said he was from Brooklyn, and Chabad was looking to possibly open a place in Jackson. And I thought it was a very unusual thing. Rabbis don't generally just drop by my office.
I was born in Brooklyn, raised in Brooklyn, moved to New Jersey 10 years ago. Most of the people in this community, as well as myself, were affiliated with a temple when we lived in Brooklyn. When we moved to New Jersey, there was a tremendous lack in terms of an affiliation with Judaism and with a temple.
I grew up very reformed. I missed out on the whole history behind Judaism and not knowing the meaning of a lot of the holidays. I wanted more for my kids. When we moved to Jackson, I was looking for a place of worship. There was no synagogue in Jackson at all.
I would describe the Jewish community of Jackson as very diverse and spread out. There's no center of town. There's nothing really Jewish center or anything. I think that there are more Jewish people in the town. We don't really know each other.
5 years ago, we were living in Crown Heights. We always had the vision that we would go out there, establish a Chabad house, be available for a Jewish community. And we heard about Jackson.
Right when we moved here, we just worked on connections one-on-one, and slowly but surely one thing led to the next.
I met Rabbi Shmuley, and I was immediately taken in by the conversation I had with him. And he asked me, I remember, what is it that you would like? What is it that's missing? And I told him that the one thing that I feel that's missing is I would like to be able to learn what's in the content and the meaning of Genesis and Exodus. He suggested that we have a class. And to say that a class was established would be an understatement, because it's now 5 years later, and I have gone through the 5 books of Moses, the whole Chumash, 5 times.
Lots of my friends that are Reformed would travel to neighboring towns to bring their children for Hebrew school, and they brought their kids to Hebrew school so their kids could get bar mitzvahed and bat mitzvahed, and at that point, a lot of families stopped continuing going to Hebrew school, and they would just go on high holy days. One of my good friends introduced me to Chabad. I called a rabbi, and it was an instant match. With the help of Chabad, at ages 10 and 8, the girls know and educate me a lot more about the Judaism religion than I know at 45 years old.
We've shared many, many wonderful times with them. And they've been there for us when things have not been so great. So there's a source of comfort. We do Shabbat more often than we did before. And there's always challah on Friday night because we feel that comfort. I used to light candles, but not every single Friday night, and now we tend to do it more.
And it's just been an enlightening experience, both educationally and spiritually. He has created a different sense of belonging as a Jewish man for me that I've never had before. It has changed my life. It has changed my family's life.
Our operation is very, very much geared, very focused on reaching out to individual families, individual Jews, and give every individual opportunity to connect.
When I see a child come through our door and I teach them Aleph Beis for the first time, and I see their eyes light up, and I know that I'm helping to shape their Jewish experience, it's really fulfilling and meaningful.
The Rebbe taught us the power of the individual. The care and concern that we saw from the Rebbe to every person is something that we strive to in all of our activities.
Unfortunately, my wife got diagnosed with cancer. Over the years, as my wife became more sick, she wasn't able to go to Chabad as much as I was, but we always FaceTime with her. I showed my wife the pictures of me being wrapped in tefillin, and the girls were always happy going to Chabad and doing all the different activities that Chabad put together for the girls and I. And my wife would be very happy to see that I kept the tradition going and kept up with their education. The girls are learning far more than my wife and I knew about the Judaism religion, and that we're learning together, the girls and I, with Chabad.
Through creating a center, creating a space where everyone could feel at home and everyone could feel included in discovering their Jewishness, we feel that Chabad will become the focal point of Jewishness, of Yiddishkeit in Jackson.